Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque, and welcome back to Royal Clan in ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generator game. When we left off in the previous episode, we got more of a glimpse into the love triangle in the King's Court between Watergale, there we go, I'm remembering his name. It's gonna take me a little bit to get familiar with this new cast of characters, but Watergale and Smokewater, there we go. Watergale and Smokewater. Because these two are now in the Elder's Den together. They're both retired. And they have both served as the king's right hand. And the reason why things are awkward between them is because they both have feelings for the king's newest right hand, Ferntail. And Ferntail, right, is split between these two males. So there's a bit of a thing going on over here. Now, Smokewater, he is Ferntail, and the funny thing about Ferntail actually, which I didn't even realize beforehand, he's actually loyal. He's loyal, but like loyal to who? Because at this point, it's neither Watergale nor Smokewater. And Smokewater here is a grumpy cat, so I feel like he would kind of take this to heart. He would take having a rival to heart, right? Watergale, meanwhile, is a lonesome cat, so I don't think he gets that, like, angry at Ferntail, but I think he just gets upset at Smokewater, whereas I feel like Smokewater would show attitude to Ferntail for having, like, a second choice. Anyways, it's a bit complex. This aside, I'm actually excited because in this episode, the King's Consort is going to be having her litter of kittens. So I definitely want to dive in and take a look at that. Before we head over to the Leader's Den and do the dice, I want to check the descriptors for our King Canary Star and his consort, Buttercup Fin, because I want to see, you know, what they're described as. Might give us an inkling as to the type of kittens who are going to come. So Canary Star counts as an unusually spotted dark ginger and white tom. And then we have our King's Consort and Matchmaker, who is a dark gray / ginger tawny tabby she-cat. Okay, so we might get some interesting kittens from the two of them. And in terms of further genetics, he's got cobalt eyes and the rosette pelt. And then she has sunlit ice eyes and tawny pelt. And I know tawnies are very popular with a lot of you guys. So let's go into the Leader's Den, roll the dice, and see how King Canary Star is going to handle the next gathering. Okay, we got a 3 on the D10, that's Liar Clan, and we have a 6 on the D8, which is a befriend. So maybe now that the king is getting ready to have his royal kittens, he is feeling a little bit more gracious towards some of the independent cats in his kingdom. Yeah, okay. Let's roll the dice. Not roll the dice, I've already done that. Let's skip a moon. Jeez, I'm delirious. Let's skip a moon. And welcome the kittens! Okay, with the additional focus of the clan, 4 pieces of prey and 2 herbs were gathered. At the gathering, Canary Star pulls Liar Clan's leader aside and suggests they form an alliance. With their combined strength, they can crush all that would oppose them. Liar Clan's leader declines this offer. Liar Clan relations are unchanged. Okay, so I guess the king was trying to get one of the independent cat groups to his side and, you know, propose an alliance, and then maybe crush some of the other groups that daring to break themselves away from Servant Clan. And Liar Clan's leader said, no, you're trying to use us. We don't want to be used like that. Okay, Ferntail, our right hand of the king, has recovered from heat exhaustion. And then Ferntail was caught outside of the clan's territory. Okay. Oh, in the quiet of the nursery, in the nest they've spent so long preparing, Buttercup Fin and King Canary Star welcome a litter of 3 kits. 3 kits! Okay, that is very exciting. I want to just go straight ahead and take a look at them. Oh, look at that! Okay, so we have over here very different looking kittens. Only one of them really looks like their parent. Okay, hold on. We have Mouse Kit over here. I'm actually going to change Mouse Kit's name over here because the name's reminding me too much of our Luminous Clan cat, Mousestripe. and I'm gonna be traumatized. So let's see. Shining Kit is kind of cute. So we have an unruly male with sunlit ice eyes and a classic pelt. He gets the eyes from his mother. So this is Shining Kit. We have Flare Kit, an unruly female with cobalt eyes and a speckled coat. So she gets these eyes from her father. Okay, and then we have a fearless male called Bear Kit with sunlit ice eyes and a Bengal pelt. Okay, so the boys get their eyes from their mother, and the only girl in the litter gets her eyes from her father, which is really cool. And what do they count as in terms of like their descriptors? So Shining Kit is a ginger, tabby, and white tom. So she's the one who kind of takes after the king. Flare Kit is a speckled black and white she-cat. Okay, and Bear Kit is an unusually dappled black tom. So I think maybe Bear Kit and Flare Kit, they probably have more influence from the mother's tawdry side. Maybe that's what's influenced them to have that dark coloring. Whereas Shining Kit, through and through, he's more like his father, the king. Okay, that's pretty exciting. I can't wait for these youngsters to become apprentices and then to see like who is gonna be the elite among royals in their batch, you know, who's gonna get the title of prince or princess, because these children, they don't count as princes or princesses. That's not the way it works with our clan. The title of prince or princess is something that's awarded to the best apprentice in their batch. So whoever ends up being, you know, the most capable, they'll get that wonderful new title along with their warrior name. And two of these kittens are unruly. So Shining Kit and his sister Flare Kit are both unruly, and then Bear Kit is fearless. It's kind of cool that he's fearless and his name's Bear Kit. Okay, let's go ahead, jump to the medicine cat den, see what's happening on this front. Ferntail was given moss as treatment for heat exhaustion, and then recovered from heat exhaustion. Crowpelt could not find any herbs this moon. With the additional focus of the clan, following herbs were gathered: 1 marigold and 1 elder leaves. Okay, let's see what everyone is doing for relationships. When getting something to eat, Ferntail, the right hand of the king, sees Smokewater allow someone else to take his favorite prey. Okay, we know how Ferntail has been split between the two retired cats now, Smokewater and Watergale. So I'm intrigued to see if his feelings are tipping in any which direction, like in someone's favor. And right now it seems as though Smokewater has a little bit more of an advantage. Ferntail protects Icicle Paw from something on a patrol. Crowpelt and Icicle Paw get their fur stuck together with some sap. When explaining something, Crowpelt is surprised that Icicle Paw understands. So this is interesting because Crowpelt, our current royal physician, I think, he actually wasn't getting along with Icicle Paw very much, I think in the last episode. So I guess things have taken a bit of a turn. Crowpelt goes for a nice long walk with Watergale. Scorchmoss settles near Smokewater to eat her fresh kill. Scorchmoss and Icicle Paw defended their clan at the gathering together. Scorchmoss is soothing Icicle Paw's irrational thoughts. Flailstorm was being condescending towards Watergale all day long. Flailstorm is sparring with Icicle Paw. You know the other thing, backing up a second here, the fact that Flailstorm is being condescending towards Watergale, and in the last episode he was trying to give advice to Smokewater to be happier and just go for Ferntail if he likes Ferntail. I think this is interesting. I think maybe Flailstorm supports Smokewater instead of Watergale in this love rivalry. Smokewater doesn't seem very concerned when King Canary Star complains about something aching. I mean, he stepped down. That's not his duty anymore. Looking after the king is not his job anymore. Or, you know, helping to assist the king is not his job anymore. King Canary Star sees Ferntail, his right hand, be kind to one of Canary Star's friends, which is a good note in his book. Watergale sees Ferntail be kind to one of Watergale's friends, and look at that, Watergale is having even more reason to crush on Ferntail. Watergale is told about Icicle Paw's bravery during a recent time of struggle. Smokewater and Ferntail are assigned to the same task. Okay, Smokewater is getting kind of, I feel like, more chances to interact with Ferntail. It just feels that way, no? Or at least he has more people on his side. Yeah, it feels that way. Okay, but then the other thing I'm realizing is that the king's right hand is the one who assigns the tasks and the patrols. So did Ferntail choose to have like Smokewater do a task with him? That would be interesting. Smokewater feels like Scorch Moss hasn't been paying much attention to him lately. Buttercup Finn watches Smokewater wind up for a sneeze, but it never happens. And Buttercup Finn hears Bear Kit laugh at a clanmate's joke even though it was lame. Okay, so we have some mother-son bonding over here. And this is Bear Kit, the fearless one, the youngest one of his litter. Now, one thing I am going to check in a second is to see who the favored kittens are for the parents, because that's something I like keeping an eye on as well. But okay, that's all we have for the events. Let me cut the recording here and we can continue with the cat list. Okay, let us go ahead and continue with the cat list. I have been looking through relationships, trying to decode things, guys. I have learned some things, and the web is getting more and more complex. But let's start off with loyalties. We have, along with the king's consort, Buttercup Fan, all of his kittens that are now loyal to King Canary Star. Obviously, they're going to look up to their father, right? And idolize him. So that is adorable. We have that. Strong young ones for Canary Star. Now, aside from this, what did I want to do? I wanted to take a look at whether... actually, I want to take a look at who are the favored kittens for the parents. So let's just go with Canary Star first off. He actually favors his oldest son, Shining Kit, among all the youngsters, the one who looks the most like him. So that's kind of interesting. That's not arrogant of Canary Star. I don't know what is, but this unruly boy over here is the one that Canary Star favors among his children, his firstborn. And Buttercup Fan, she actually favors her youngest son, Bear Kit, the fearless child. And I'm wondering if that's because it's, like he too looks kind of the most like her, I suppose, in terms of coloring. Although none of the kids really look too much like her, but I feel like maybe coloring-wise, Bear Kit looks the most. So that's kind of intriguing. Maybe her sneaky nature kind of appreciates the fearlessness of her son, whereas the cold nature of Canary Star, he like the cold and arrogant nature of Canary Star, he likes the child that looks the most like him. So that's what we have with our new family members, our parents. Now, aside from this, we have some, relationship drama that I need to address, right? Well, like I said, I've been looking into relationships. So what I have ascertained is that Ferntail, guys, even though I thought Ferntail was leaning more towards Smokewater and having more interactions with Smokewater, if we take a look over here, she actually has like a smidge more like towards Watergale than Smokewater. I mean, they're very close, near equal, but she likes or has feelings for Watergale just a little bit more than Smokewater. So he kind of has the advantage over here, right? And then if we go to Watergale and Smokewater, Watergale has like not that much feelings for Ferntail. He does, but I think it's out of loneliness and the attention that, Ferntail gives him. But like this, it's just one bar. And if you compare that to Smokewater like has 2 and a little bit of bars of feelings for Ferntail. So basically, the way that it looks right now is that Ferntail feels almost equally for Smokewater and Watergale, but she has like slightly more feelings for Watergale. But Smokewater likes her more than Watergale likes him more than Watergale likes him. This is also very confusing, but yeah, it's literally a triangle. It's a triangle. If we were to make a triangle, basically, Smokewater likes Ferntail more, and Ferntail likes Watergale more. And Watergale doesn't like Ferntail as much. But still, it's there. It's there. Smokewater's more motivated, but I don't know how much his motivation is helping him. So there was that original thing going on. And then, to add even more theatrics to this, I discovered that Crowpelt, guys, Crowpelt has developed feelings for Watergale as well. And I was trying to work out, like, when did that happen? Well, guys, it happened when Crowpelt went for a nice long walk with Watergale. And then he kind of realized how lonely Watergale was, and actually what a nice cat Watergale was. And they kind of got close over that, and now Crowpelt has developed one-sided feelings for Watergale. So yeah, Watergale's kind of a hot commodity right now if you think about it. He's got 2 cats that have feelings for him right now. And I feel like he's not that bothered. He's kind of just taking the attention because of his loneliness. So that's what we have going on this front. And then we had another development. So Scorchmoss, guys, she has developed feelings for Flailstorm. And this all happened because Flailstorm helped her with something she was struggling with. But Flailstorm doesn't feel the same way. This is like a one-sided thing. So Scorchmoss now one-sidedly is having googly eyes for Flailstorm, and similarly Crowpelt is having googly eyes for Watergale. So both Crowpelt and Scorchmoss are having like a one-sided feelings going on, which is different to Ferntail, Watergale, and Smokewater. Like the love triangle of the right hands, which is what it's called right now, I think. The love triangle of the right hands. That is mutual, like all the way across. But okay, that's what we have in terms of relationships that I just felt the need to update everyone on so we can all be confused together. But that aside, King Canary Star is now going to make sure, or like, prevent himself from having more kids. And the same thing for Buttercup Finn. But guys, this also means that King Canary Star now needs to make a new match so that we can continue to grow the clan, because we are not at a comfortable enough size right now. Like my comfort zone is between 20 to 25 cats, So we have room to have more litters. So King Canary Star has decided, and this is probably going to complicate matters even more so, and I felt like for that reason, I wanted to wait until I told you guys where all the relationships are heading before we make this match. But King Canary Star has decided that he is going to pair up Watergale, right? Watergale, hold on a second, with Scorchmoss. The lonesome Watergale is going to be paired up with the calm Scorchmoss. Watergale, who has feelings for Ferntail, and Scorchmoss, who has one-sided feelings for Flaildusk. And I don't know if this is going to work out because they're not a compatible match, but this is what has been decreed by the king. So we'll have to see how that kind of throws a spanner in the works and affects everyone else's relationships, because I feel like we had 2 separate things going on and now they're both tied. They're all tied. Like on one side, we had Ferntail, Crowpelt, Watergale, and Smokewater, and then on a separate side, we had Flailstorm and Scorchmoss, and now because of Scorchmoss and Watergale, all of these cats are tied to each other, which is very fascinating. But okay, Scorchmoss, we need to make sure that she can have kits, and we need to make sure that Watergale can have kits as well. There we go. So that is all done and dusted. And now we can take a look at what everyone is doing for the day. Obviously, because Buttercup Finn is going to be recovering from birth, their relationship is entirely in their hands. They're not going to get any aid from the matchmaker or anything like that. But let's see what everyone's doing. Canary Star hopes his next apprentice is just like Icicle Paw. Okay, that is actually very nice. So basically, Canary Star maybe is enjoying this process of being a mentor so much that he possibly wants one of his kittens to study under him as well. And that's really good that Icicle Paw is getting along well with his mentor. Ferntail can't wait to take a nap later. Crowpelt saw a pair of 2 legs near camp today. Buttercup Finn is watching the sky for hawks. Scorchmoss is craving the taste of bird. And I feel like maybe the Watergale, I wonder if he would be appreciative or thankful that he has some company in the form of a mate now. And for Scorch Moss, even if this is very unexpected, I could see her trying to control her emotions and keep calm. Like, she wouldn't actually freak out. If she does, she'll freak out on the inside, but she'll be calm on the outside. So we've got that. Flailstorm is spending a considerable amount of time grooming. I mean, he doesn't have his eyes on anyone. He doesn't have feelings for anyone. So I wonder if this is just him trying to look pretty, or if it has some other meaning attached to it. I don't know. Icicle Paw wants to be taught an advanced hunting move. Okay. A very responsible cat over here. And I wonder if, the attention Icicle Paw was giving to the king's consort definitely helped with the king really enjoying the process of teaching Icicle Paw. Like, he's just such a convenient apprentice to have. Watergale is complaining about his nest being too rough. Smokewater is glad it's not so hot out anymore. Shining Kid snuggles up to the belly of Buttercup Fin. Flare Kid snuggles up to the belly of Buttercup Fin. And Bear Kid snuggles up to the belly of Buttercup Fin. So that's all we have for the cat list. Now let me cut the recording and we'll continue with patrols. Okay, let us resume with our patrols. We currently have 86.5 prey and we need 20.5. Let's send out our our royal physician. First of all, Crowpelt. There is still time this leaf fall to store away a good harvest of dried but potent daisy leaves in case royal clan's elders need it for their joints or cats need to unexpectedly travel. Proceed. Leaf fall is upon the clan, which means Crowpelt must think of the coming leaf bear, where daisy leaves will become near impossible to find. Best to stock up now rather than worry later when they have none. Okay, so daisy was gathered, that was successful, and now we're going to have a patrol of 5. So we'll have Icicle Paw, Flailstorm, Scorch Moss, Ferntail, and Canary Star heading out. And the only complex relationship I can see over here is going to be between Scorch Moss and Flailstorm, because Scorch Moss has just gotten paired up with another cat, but she has feelings for Flailstorm. So I wonder how this particular patrol is going to go. The patrol comes across a thunder path running through the forest. Proceed. Icicle Paw is patient enough to wait until the thunder path is completely clear, then trot across with the patrol to hunt on the other side. A large amount of prey is brought to camp. Look at that, our responsible little apprentice. For a second there, I was scared and I thought something happened to him, but no. He is fine. He is absolutely fine, and he is so easy to teach, and I can see why Canary Star really enjoys having Icicle Paw as an apprentice, and wants even more, wants another one that's just as good, because he doesn't have to worry about this kid. This kid just goes ahead and just, does his own thing. You give him one piece of advice and he turns it into a textbook. It's amazing. Okay, so that is all we have. We have 134.5 prey, which is a ton to feed all of the hungry mouths that we have, and hopefully we'll have in the future. But okay guys, with that said and done, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.